Good afternoon, viewers, and you're welcome to Road to Stardom. And here is the best TV station around about the world that you can actually be logged onto. My name is 13th Disciple, or you call me Brian Adefua. Should it be the case, you want to write me a check anyways, that is what it's meant for. That's what that name is particularly meant for. And today on Road to Stardom, we're talking about how do I get there? How do I get there? So many people ask a lot of questions. As a student, you ask, okay, how do I get through to 2-1? How do I get through to first class? As an apprentice, you look at the job, your first day on the job, you're like, God have mercy. Am I going to understand this thing at all? Yes, it is possible. I like someone used to say, yes, I can. If you believe you can, surely you will do it, because you must never, ever underestimate the power that lies in the human will. When you are ready to do something, definitely the sky could be the limit if you make it so. And what am I trying to talk about in essence is whatever you want to do, there are processes. There are processes. Some people will say due process. Well, there are processes to achieving everything you want to achieve. My brother and my sister and viewers at home, should I shock you? Okay, you can even prepare to fail. If you understand, there's this saying that says, if you have failed to prepare, then you are prepared to fail. It's just as simple as that. So what we are talking about on Road to Stardom today is, as a person, write down your dreams, write down your goals, and ask questions. That's the first thing. When you are writing down your goals, your aims, and those things you are looking out for in what you are venturing into, one of the things you should do is to ask questions. Now, this particular question starts with you. The first question you should ask yourself is, am I ready to do this? Do I really want to do this? And when you can answer those two questions, okay, I am ready to do it. Okay, I do know I want to do this. Then the next thing to ask, the next question to ask is, how do I achieve this? And one of the hows in achieving whatever you want to do or you want to achieve, whatever is your dream, one of the hows is you ask questions from people, you seek advices, or should I say, look up to someone, get a mentor, go through that person, look into that person. And mind you, when you're looking into someone, you also look into yourself. You should be able to picture yourself in a reflection from what you have actually looked into. What does these people do? What do these people do? How do they do them that actually made them achieve this in this time or in this period of time? That's one of the questions. Ask questions. Go to people, ask people. If you are a student and you feel like, oh God, this course is actually heavy, this class is this class is that. If you are being skeptical one way or the other, then look up to someone. It could be your colleague. So that's how funny it could look like. It could be your classmate. It could be someone you're signing off onto the job together at the same time, because the way you look at things is different from the way other people look at it. You understand? Like, don't forget, there's this saying that says, yeah, it is easy to see when you're not the one in flight. Yes, ask questions from your colleagues after asking yourself questions about where you're going and what path to follow. And after that, look up to someone that's actually been through what you are going through, someone that has actually been there. For someone that's an apprentice, for example, definitely before your boss became the boss, became the owner or the CEO of the organization, of the company, of the business, he or she was once an apprentice. Some people learn on the job, and some people must have learned before getting on the job. At the same time, they learn on the job. So if you are learning, you must be able to ask questions. Always hold that to your left hand. And if you are southpaw, hold that to your right hand. I have my reasons for saying that. So when you have it at the back of your mind that I need to ask questions, don't be scared to ask questions. Don't be intimidated by the face of the job. Don't be intimidated by the stature or the size of your boss or your instructor. What you need to do is, I am going for this. How do you get me there? Because that is what the leaders are meant for. The leaders are meant to guide us. Mind you, don't always forget this. Leaders will not always be those that are leading you, may not always be your boss. At times, the leadership traits, you will find it in the life and the operational approaches of your colleagues. Sometimes it could be very funny. It could be from someone that's actually younger to you on the job, or age-wise. That is what I am trying to say. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, you are still tuned to Immaculate Television, one of the best television stations around the world. We'll be right back after this timeout. I remain 13th Disciple.
Immaculate, God's own TV. Immaculate, God's own TV. Immaculate, God's own TV. Immaculate, God's own TV.
All right, viewers, you're welcome back from that short commercial break. It's still Immaculate TV, and I remain your host, Brian Adefuwa. Many people call me the 13th disciple. We're talking about career movement in things we do, and it is still happening live on the program Road to Stardom. On your road to stardom, like I said earlier before the commercial break, I said you need to ask questions. Now, I was talking about asking questions from those that you think must have been there. That happens to be maybe your senior colleague at work, or your boss at work, or your senior apprentice. You understand? For example, if you are a student, like I was saying the other time, if you're in the junior class, definitely you have some people at the senior class. They must have passed through the junior process, the junior classes, so to say. And you should be able to walk up to them and say, fine, you won't be one of the best, you've been one of the best students in my school, and I'm proud, I would like to be like you. You begin to hear questions like, okay, it was going to make that person feel so comfortable to mentor you. Now, one of the gimmicks to asking questions and getting the correct answers is you, at first, must be very humble. Then you must portray yourself to be someone that is ready to learn. I say ready to learn. When you're ready to learn, that will make that person you're asking the question so comfortable to the extent that he or she will feel a part of you, a part of your career, a part of your history. So by doing that, he or she, God willing, if that person happens to be a good-hearted kind of a person that also wishes you well, he or she will let everything, all the details required to becoming a better person on your way to stardom out to you. So you begin to work on them. And I am going to say this, wherever or wherever you're going as someone that is trying to learn from people, at the point of listenership, at the point at which you are being explained to, you should try and get yourself a jotter and a pen. Because some things will come to the mind of that person that is trying to talk to you, trying to give you some advices on what to do and how to do them. Will drop in their mind, and it might not reoccur again. And to you, you might so listen to many informations. Some will go through to repression because you must have had a lot of information in your brain. So you write one or two things down, or if you are very vast enough, you have your gadgets with you. Thank God our smartphones, our smart gadgets can do a whole lot of things. You get what I'm trying to say? You can make a record. You can get yourself a midget or a dictaphone, or you record with your phone. And when you get home at your own leisure, you listen to them, then you begin to remind yourself of things you've been told. And I'm so very sure when you put all these things into practice, when you put them into practice and you make them your lifestyle, you definitely find it very easy walking through. Don't forget, life is filled with ups and downs. There are times that some policies will look as if, wow, why is it not working? My colleague did this social person did it, somebody did it in my place of work, somebody did it in my church. No, it doesn't mean that you will not face challenge. There are times you're doing the right thing, but because it is life, that is how life looks like. So many people will say, life is not fair. Well, it is true, life will not always give you what you want, but you extract what you want out of life itself. Like I love to tell people, when life throws coconut at you, be a typical Nigerian, be a typical strong person. Make Gary, soak Gary with that coconut, and you enjoy it. Gather some more energy and forge ahead in your race to making life very, very good and very, very comfortable for you. Mind you, have it at the back of your mind that every success, there is always a story to them. The stories behind every success that we must have heard about might be coming from the fact that, oh, there was a time I tried it, it didn't work out. Sometimes ago, I looked as if I wasn't going nowhere. Yes, even when God was forming the world, in the formation of the whole world, in the scriptures, it said everything was in darkness. It was void. It had no shape at all. And the first thing God said was, let there be light. Let me see what I want to what I'm trying to design. That's what asking question is. When you're asking a question, you are saying, shed more light on this area for me, shed more light on this area for me. And like I always also like to tell people, whatever you are being told, you can seek confirmation. Not everything that is being said to you is applicable in your own way, because we are human beings with different characters, with different temperaments, with different approaches to different things of life. And we need to understand ourselves. That's another stage I am going to. The next stage is you understand yourself. Who am I? Okay, now everybody wants to be well employed or wants to be gainfully employed. Now, if you want to be gainfully employed now I am moving so very quick to the labor market. Now, you want to be gainfully employed. There are some expectations of an employer to an employee. An employer expects that you carry some characteristics. Now, in your homes, if you are someone that is very friendly, you play a lot, you are so very friendly, at times, your work doesn't require you being playful. You can play on the job. You can actually make a time out for yourself to encourage one or two people, or even encourage yourself. There are times you need to just bob your head. You need to but not every time you can do that. Now, if you're somebody that at home, they know you at home, oh, my brother, it doesn't take nonsense. There are so many times that you take some things from people, not because you deserve them, not because you're supposed to be treated that way, but because that person wants you to be a better person. Your boss will come sometimes and chastise you and feel like, no, I am disappointed in you. Why? How among the whole of the people that I trust so much, you are the only person that could give me this kind of result. You are a disappointment. All you need to do is comport yourself, one, put yourself together, listen to the good part of it. It's a blessing in disguise. Bible says that anyone that wants to move up in life will have to go through some people. If you check leaders in the Bible, they went through so many leadership training. And that is another one. When you get to a particular spot in your life, when you feel, okay, fine, I've achieved this much, you need to maintain that stardom. That's another very, very important part of road to stardom. By the time you get to the stardom, there are requirements for getting through the road to stardom, and there are also requirements for you to maintain the stardom. Maintaining the stardom, that means, okay, fine, I was once a student. Now I am a graduate. I am what? Employed. I have been employed. Now, that's a particular stardom. There was a process. There was a movement. It took you time. It took you experiences. You must have gone for series of seminars, series of trainings. You must have been trained how to write your curriculum vitae, that you know as CV. You understand? And by the time you get to that particular stardom of being employable, you must also put things in place to make sure that you maintain your status as a gainfully employed individual. You must make sure you do that. That's another tip. Until next week, when you get to be part of Road to Stardom, I remain Brian Adefua, also known as the 13th Disciple. Thank you, and God bless you.
Immaculate.